Well, hello there. Today we are hunting waterfalls. I have made my way up north to Ravenscliff Falls Trail. Got an early start today because I was pre-warned that it's a very popular location and parking is limited. So left the house about 6:30 this morning and got out here. Fortunately, the lot was only probably just a little less than half full, so plenty of parking for me with that preparation. But we had a rather significant band of rain come through overnight, which finished up just about the time I got to the trailhead. So I'm anticipating that the falls may be flowing extremely well today. So hopefully we'll be getting some good views on that. But that also means that the trails may be a little bit slick, and we've got elevation to deal with, so it'll be a slanted or sloped trail the whole way there and back. So I've got to keep an eye on my footing. So I'm going to put the camera away for now as I make my way down to the creek area that I will be hiking along for most of this trail. But we'll share with you the sights as we see them today. But for now, moving on. Well, I just had to do my first water crossing of the day. I'm guessing that normally it's a little bit easier, but with the water running high and fast, I was about up to my ankles on wading across about a 20-foot section of the creek there that I had to cross. So now I get to hike with wet feet, but it's all part of the experience. So as you can see, trail ascends up gradually. Fairly wide trail right here with plenty of roots to hopefully help with the erosion and give a little bit of footing as long as you're not tripping over them. You can hear the creek running next to me. In fact, it looks like I may be coming up on the first falls viewing. So we'll get around the corner here and see what kind of sight that presents ourselves with. There you go, a little bit of it through the trees. See if we can get something better a little closer. But, yeah, I'm thinking last night's rain may have kept some of the crowd down, given the popularity of this trail. I'm sure more people will be coming out, as it's expected to be a lovely day today. Not bad for a first one. Well, I've come across another great view. One nice thing about coming out early in the morning like this is the sounds of the trail are different. You've got the morning sounds, you've got the birds calling out. You don't hear it, but occasionally you hear the breeze blowing through the trees. Of course, after a night like that, it gives me the added benefit of a little sprinkling of water blowing off of the foliage. That's all well and good. This creek is just lined with all these little tumbles of not quite full falls, but water rushing and tumbling over the rocks in the stream bed. I'm enjoying the heck out of this one. Well, one slight disadvantage to everything going green here this spring is it does obscure some of the views. You can probably hear the water next to me here, and I'll see if I can get any view at all through the trees. But down there, and yeah, it doesn't look like it's showing up very well. The water's tumbling along. You can see a little bit more, and then it just through the trees up there, you can see it just continues on. I'll see if I got any better views as I get a little bit closer, but now here I'm just getting that whole stretch of from up high all the way down. Not necessarily one, you know, impressive singular fall, but a nice series there that just kind of gives you a sense of what this thing's doing, cutting its way through the rock. And yeah, okay, I get a little bit better view as I get further up the trail here. So here's where we actually have the aforementioned singular impressive fall. So let me get around to where I can maybe get through the trees a little bit. And yeah, let's see here. And you can see it a little bit. See if I can get down a little closer without slipping and falling. And there you go. Promised you a good view. Well, just a little ways up the trail from that last view I shared with you, I've got this view. Which, as you can see, is a little bit wider, a little bit higher, a little bit stronger. I'm getting a little bit higher in elevation up here, and the woods are opening up a little bit. I've actually got some room to either side of me as I've pulled away from the creek as it makes a small bend. And yeah, you can really get a sense for the woods here. And still enjoying the bird song accompanying me. In fact, I suspect that this may be one of the areas. I've passed a few along the way. Yep, I see a fire residue over there. So this is obviously one of the areas that is frequently used for camping along the trail. So far I've passed 2 campsites that were occupied, and I've actually had encounters with 3 different groups of hikers out on the trail. 2 coming back from the end, having already gotten there, and 1 young gentleman coming up from behind me and passing me with his younger, stronger, faster legs. But I'm getting pretty close to the end now myself, so hopefully I'll be having some good views of the main fall here pretty quickly. Well, I've got this view. I'm not sure if this is the main falls, if there's something further up. Trail extends a little bit further, so I will take a look and see, but figured I'd share this while I'm here. Well, I'm pretty sure I have to talk really loud for you to hear me over the roar of the water here. This is the top of that last view I gave, and I think this is the end of the trail. This is the originating falls for Raven Falls, or Raven's Cliff Falls, I should say. And the cliff's important because that, I believe, is Raven's Cliff. And what's impressive about these falls is they've cut through all that granite to come out down here. And so I'm gonna rest up a minute, get a drink of water, and then start making my way back down. But just thought I'd share this with you all. Well, I'm making my way back down from the end of the trail. Shortly after I got there, it got crowded. Seems like I was must have been leading a caravan of hikers unbeknownst to me, because they just started filtering in one after another shortly after I got there. So I anticipate if that remains the norm, I might see a few more coming up the trail here as I make my way down. But no, it's been a pleasurable hike. I've enjoyed it. The scenery's been wonderful. The cliffs were pretty impressive, I must say, and I've enjoyed the falls and rock tumbles that I've seen the river progressing through as I've made my way along it. So I'm gonna focus on my footing as I make the downward trek now, and we will catch up with you further along the way. Well, I'm back down. Just made it past the water crossing that I did back at the start of the trail. It's been a good hike out here today. Starting to see lots more people out, and still early in the day, so who knows what lies ahead of me. Anyway, I'm going to close it out here. Thanks again for coming along, and we'll see you on the next trail.